All right. Here's sirens already. Just as I stepped outside the building, sirens start going off and then they stop. Right? Siren starts going off and then they stop. Motherfuckers. Alright? Track it, man. Let me tell you something. The level of privacy invasion, it's astronomical. Alright? And this is what they do with us TIs. Is that they take away our privacy. Okay? They take our privacy away. We have no privacy. You know, they track you. Like I said, every time I come out my building, every time I come out Pam's building, you know, sirens. So I left. It's about after 11. I left leaving Pam's house, going home. You know, she came in from. You know, she called me. She was like, she was leaving on the plane. She called me when she got to the airport. Okay. Couldn't hear from her all day now. I had to call her and be like, hey, are you okay? You know. So anyway, she came in, you know, she was wearing all black. You know, she started doing the targeting shit again. You know, she stood up in the foyer. She left out the living room, stood up in the foyer for about a good minute, just staring into her bedroom. Alright? Just staring into her bedroom. Look. Pinching his nose all the way down there. Saw him. Pinching his nose. What are you pinching your nose for, man? You know, it's a white guy too, right? See, they started using a lot of white people in my targeting. See, white guy, you're looking at the church, yeah. All right, then the guy behind him light up a cigarette. Okay. Hope you guys peeped that. So why did he light up a cigarette? Look, he has no cigarette in his hands. Oh, I guess he does. Couldn't see because it's dark. I thought he threw it away. Yeah, so they were waiting for me to leave so that they can use the white guy theme, right? And he pinching his nose. So anyway, like I said, so she came in, started doing that. Then she came in the living room to sit down. You know, she called her mother on the phone, and she's doing all these hand signals. She said, and she this is what she does. She comes and she sits right next to me, right? She'll come and she sit right next to me. There are a few times she does this. She doesn't do it all the time. But when they want to, like, I guess, get a reaction out of me to where, like in the past, I would be like, yo, you need to stop. You need to stop that. I would tell her. But I didn't say nothing. I was with the kids. We were all playing games. You know, Ethan on his computer, listening on her tablet, and I was playing the Xbox One S. And she came in and she was like, the game I'm playing, she's like, is that Star Wars? And I'm like, does this game look like Star Wars to you? Ethan was like, does the game look like Star Wars to you? And she know what she's doing. You know? Because they talk about the Star Wars program. Ronald Reagan in the 1980s, right? It was supposed to, you know, like ballistic missiles in space. But what's also in Star Wars, right? It's particularly the Jedi's. What do? They use telepathy, right? To control people's mind. So we talk about artificial telepathy, and you guys can go look for that PDF. That's what it's called. It's called artificial telepathy, and also the other PDF, the mind has no firewall. Let's talk about synthetic telepathy, because the government have been working on. So this is why she kept referencing Star Wars. You know, because the game was not Star Wars. I didn't, you know, I was playing Halo. There's no Jedi with a lightsaber. You know, it's guns and, you know, grunts and you know, other characters, right? So even the theme song is different. So I was like, you know, I said to myself, you know what, it's late, I was going to stay, but I was like, you know what, I had went into her bedroom to see how she was doing, and then she started with the palm fixation drill, you know, laying her, as soon as I walked in, she was laying on her side, Then as soon as I opened the door to ask her what she's doing, she turned on her back, and then she put her hands, the back of her hands, on the pillow next to her, with her fingers spread open. And I was like, okay, so let me see if she'll do it again. So I went back outside, came back in. She did the same thing. So I was like, okay, you know what? This is going to be a very uncomfortable night. Let me go home. All right? So that's why I left. Because she came in too, and she was like, oh, you want to see a picture of my hotel room? See, like I said, what they do is try to play upon my emotions, and the fact that I do care about her. She's the mother of my children, so I need her to be safe. But she doesn't care about those things, so also, I forgot about this, but so lately they've been using cars with a lot of Texas license plate. Again, trying to do the theme of sending my kids to Texas to live with her mother or her brother, And we were having the other night, I think I talked about this, where, I was having a discussion with her, and she was, particularly when it comes to black people, I said to her, black women, y'all have been conditioned with this delusional mindset. I said, us men, we've been conditioned, us black men being conditioned in a delusional mindset, but it's different. And because it was done to us first, when we got older, we started to realize, this is what's happening. But women, black women in particular, women are more easily persuaded and more easily manipulated. Because why? Because they like material things, right? They like men with money, right? See, men are different. Men, we don't chase after women for money. We may chase after women for sex, right? But we don't chase after women for money. We're not hung up on a woman's anatomy like how women are on men's anatomy. And we don't have the only thing that us men have more of a preference to is that we don't like big women, obese women. We don't care if a woman is short, tall, average height. We don't care. Women don't like short men. Period. That's one of their biggest preference. They don't like short men. So I was telling her, I said, you guys have this being conditioned with this delusional mindset, and it is causing a lot of trauma, heartache, pain, and mental illness. Because when you're young, y'all waste your youth on partying and trying to do what men do. Okay. And I said to her, I said, look, you're older now, but you still have a very young mentality. And she knows that. I tell her all the time. I said, you have the mentality of a teenager. She's like, yeah, I know how young mentality. What I told her, I said, but your body is not young. Okay, so no matter how young you think in the mind, if your body is not young, it don't matter. Okay. Your mind gonna tell you to do certain things, and you're gonna do it, and you're gonna feel it afterwards. So you need your mind to catch up to your body. At least if you have a young mindset, understand that your limitations about your body, because your body's older. So we was talking and stuff like that. We was talking about marriage and stuff like that. And let me tell you, this was. When me and Pam, we were together for 12 years. The first 5 years of my targeting with her was very, very rough, and that's been rough. And at one point, I was looking for engagement ring, but that's when I found out that she was cheating with her ex, and so that went out of my mind. Okay, and for the majority of us, and I'm not talking about TIs here, I'll talk about that afterwards. But for the majority of us, black men and black women, we need some serious therapy. Serious therapy in order to, if you're going to get married, right? You need some serious therapy, to heal the trauma, to get rid of the programming that has been created and that has been done to us, that is detrimental to our well-being, to our relationship with one another as men and women, as black men and black women, and to make each other understand that it's not, you need to look more of the character of people. Like I tell people all the time, I say I'm a very good judge of character. Never used to be, but I being in this program have taught me a lot. Okay, and one of the things that one of the most important things is to look at people's character, right? To look at what they do, not what they say. Okay, and a lot of our women, particularly black women, they're always looking for what people say. Why? Because they love to hear the sweet lies. I was giving her stats and stuff like that. She's like, I don't care about all that stuff. My anecdotal experience is facts to me. Anecdotal experience cannot be facts. That's just a small portion of the people around you that you hang around. But that don't make up the majority. So she's trying to argue with me about the stats now. So you can't argue about the stats. So I gave her the statistics from blackdemographic.org about the median income of Americans and the median income for black people in general. And she was like, that could be screwed. Where did they get that from? I said, well, yeah, the U.S. government's Department of Statistics. And she was like, oh, and I could tell she got into a depressed state, And that's the thing we have with us as black people. We have been conditioned with a delusional mentality. We have been conditioned with this grandiose way of thinking, right? And not looking at the reality of things because we don't want to accept the reality and the truth. And this is a big reason why we continue to be in a predicament that we continue to be in. And as black men and black women, we'll continue to go further apart from each other. And it's by design. It is by design. And they'll use every tactics possible. Right? And like I said, whatever happens in the black community will spill over to other communities. Because you now start seeing it in other communities. Particularly in the white community. Okay? So how is that for you? Just as how they ignore the crack cocaine in the black community. And eventually what happened? It spilled into the white community. Right? And it got so bad, and particularly when it comes to opioid and methamphetamines, that young white adults were, overdosing on meth. And what did they do? They spend the money to develop a drug that if they overdose, they can save their lives. When it was black people overdosing, they didn't give a shit. So again, that's the reality that we as black people, we tend to ignore. We tend to don't want to deal with. And I think it's subconsciously we just kind of accept our situation. And it's like a lot of us feel like, well, there's nothing we can do. But that's that self-hopelessness that they've done to us as a people. And with TIs, they do the same thing too. To give you a sense of self-hopelessness so that you feel like there's no hope. Okay? Or you'll have a delusional mentality where you just walking around in your bubble, right? Then anything outside your bubble you don't want to associate with. Anything that's uncomfortable, that's truthful, you don't want to associate with. But the thing is that you can never grow as a person. You can never grow as an individual, and you can never grow as a people. Whether it's Caucasian people, Asian people, black people, Hispanic people, you can't grow. Okay? I think I'll wait for the next bus. Yeah. So, you gotta understand that. And I said to her, I was talking about the kids. I said to her, when the kids make a mess, tell them to clean up. She was like, oh, I do. I was telling them when you're coming over that, your father's coming over to clean up. I said, don't do it when I just come over. Do it all the time. When you see them if Cecilia making a mess, tell her to clean up after herself. Don't wait until I'm coming over to want to tell her to clean up. I'm gonna put this on pause. Alright, look, the red vehicle. Red theme. Alright, just got off the bus. The B35. See that? 2 buses. Okay? This is what is it? What time is it? After 11? Right? Oh, after 12. So I left because I got the bus right away. So I left about maybe 11:40. 11:40. Right? So it took me about 20 minutes to get over here. Okay? Might be less than that because the bus barely stopped. So I would say about maybe 10-15 minutes. Right? Okay. What was I saying? Okay. I think it was clean up. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, so I said to Pam, I said, when you see them making a mess, have them clean up right away. Okay? Don't wait until it pile up and wait till I'm coming over to have her clean up her mess. I said, check on them. Don't just, I said to her, you spend hours in your bedroom without coming out to see what the kids are doing. I'm like, you're not even curious to see what it is that they're doing. And then when you finally do come out, or they have to come and ask you, because they're hungry or what have you, then you make a big thing about the mess. So she was like, well, such and such. I can't remember exactly what she said. But then I said to her, I said, well then why you had kids then? She was like, that was a mistake. And I was like, wow. She was like, yeah. I said, she was like, yeah, I was young and stupid. I was like, you wasn't young and stupid, okay? You had Ethan, what? She's 46. Ethan is 12 years old. Okay? So, you were past your 30s, so he wasn't young. And I told her, I said, listen, I said, look, whatever decision you make, it's fine, I mean, I didn't say that when it was Ethan because I was being targeted so much in the beginning of our relationship. I told her, what, we should, but she was like, she's going to. I said, okay, fine, what have you. Because I really wasn't ready. Shit, I wasn't ready for Bryce. But as with anything, it is a woman's decision. And as men, even though we may not be ready or what have you, you got to step up, right? You got to step up and do what's right, because that's your flesh and blood. Okay? And you can be, we're for those of us who's not ready for kids, we're always upset, But again, I can't really blame her because it's my fault too. I will never not accept responsibility on that. And that's why I do what I do, right? You got to be a father to your children, regardless. All right, and you got to show them that you love them. And sometimes it turns out to be it turns out having kids are wonderful. So but she was like, that was a mistake. It's funny because even though I didn't want kids, but I love my kids. Okay, I love my kids, and I would never say that that was a mistake. I always say, that was a decision that I made that I didn't think about because, again, of my targeting, and like I said, you got to accept the responsibility, right? I mean, you got the best way you can. If you're a father, you'll hear some woman, you know, the mother of your kids, what have you, she may, you know, want to, you know, let's say she wants you to go for child support. That's fine. You know, I have no problems with that. I always take care of my kids. You know, and that's the funny thing, because I'm on child support for my first son, Bryce, and the reason why his mom put me on child support, because, you know, I would give her money every week, okay, and then on top of that, buying his clothes and all this stuff, and, you know, but, you know, like most women, they listen to their friends, and so, yeah, you know, she ended up over in the long run end up getting less, right? But I never was angry about it, because I'm like, I take care of my kids anyway, and, you know, and I didn't just pay child support. I bought my son clothes, I bought him games, we went to the movies, we went out to dinner, we did all this extracurricular activity together, okay? So, you know, and it's the same with Ethan and Alyssa. You know, I buy their clothes, you know, take care of them. Look, NYPD, look at them. Look at them. You know, the ambulance is coming now. Look at the ambulance. The ambulance is coming. Look at them, look at them. Let's see if the fire truck is going to show up next. What happened? No sirens? What happened? You guys not making noise? Huh? What happened? You guys not making noise? Y'all got busted? So anyway, you know, like I said, I always take care of my kids. I love my kids, you know. And, you know, sometimes I wonder, I'm like, if Deslin, Bryce's mother, if she told him that, you know, well, your father didn't want you and all this other stuff, that's, you know, which is bullshit. I just told her, I said I wasn't ready for a kid. I wasn't ready for, you know, I wasn't. But guess what? You know, we were together all through her pregnancy. Oh, she had to turn on the siren because I said, you know, I got busted. They turned on the siren. And you know, went to the pediatrician with her. You know, when my son was a baby, you know, taking him where she go to work. I went to work later, taking him to the babysitter, she picked him from the babysitter. And then when she wasn't working, you know, after we had broken up, and I give her money, and she was like, still taking him to the babysitter. I said, listen, you know, why are you taking him to the babysitter every single day with the money I'm giving you? Because, you know, she wasn't working at the time. You know, and I'm just like, you know, it's like a waste of money. You're home. I said, if you have to hang out, go hang out, what have you, I can always watch him or what have you, or, you know, your mother could watch him. But, you know, like most women, you know, they feel like, you know, hey, you know, that you're trying to control them or what have you. No, we're just making common sense advice. We're giving you common sense advice. But black women don't want to hear that shit, because they don't want to hear nothing from men, from black men. They've been conditioned with this toxic mindset when it comes to black men, and particularly male masculinity, that they my PD again rolling back. Oh, look at them coming back again. Look at them. License plate what? 47, 29 or 39, something like that. Right? Look at them. Oh, what are they gonna do? They're gonna make a U-turn. Look. They're gonna make the U-turn. See? They're making a U-turn. Same vehicle. I guess they're coming out. Oh, I guess what? They're going to the. What did they say? They're going to the bank. That's what it is. They're going to the bank, right? Yeah. They're sending their subliminal now. They're going to the bank. They're going to the bank. Look. I know you guys can't see because he's looking over here. He's looking over here. And then look at the guy over here in the corner. At the crosswalk. You know, he starts doing this. He starts doing this. As the cop looked over at me, he starts doing this. What? I'm gonna get arrested if I get my disability? That's what it is? What's taking you so long, Mr. Officer? What happened? You can't open the damn door? Huh? Yeah, you can't open the door, huh? Look, he's still out there. He's still out there trying to open up the bank door. Look. Don't have to lock your ass out. No crooked cops allowed in the bank. Look, he's still out there. He's still out there trying to get into the bank. Yeah, okay. Yeah, look, he looking. Oh, he just put his hands over his mouth. Look, he's standing up there. Look. Yeah. Look. Oh, he's using the ATM machine. Oh no. He's trying to get in the bank. It still won't let your ass in, huh? I can zoom in. Yeah, no, look, it's a little blurry, but that's him walking over. He kept looking over here at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, they think they're so slick, man. Well, come and arrest me then. Can I get my disability? Come and arrest me. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let y'all know. Okay, I'm gonna do a video. Yeah, I received my disability check. Okay. All right. I'm gonna let y'all know. Yeah, same one, same vehicle. What I say, 4730, 29 or 39, something like that. It's 4739. Right. So anyway, and this is a pretty long video. All right. I'll tell you what. Let me end it right now, and then I'm gonna